Live from WTPO 17 and your home team, Eyewitness News at 10 starts now.
One person is sent to the hospital after an officer-involved shooting in Rockford. We'll have a live report from the scene. Less than 24 hours after testing positive for coronavirus, President Trump is hospitalized. The White House gives an update on the commander-in-chief's condition. And a day before Region 1 mitigation measures go into effect, a group of state-line business owners file a lawsuit against the governor of Illinois. The executive order they're calling unconstitutional. Good evening, I'm Hannah Zettl. Thanks for joining us. Eric is off tonight. Rockford's chief of police says a high-speed chase ends in an officer-involved shooting. It happened around 5:30 near the intersection of Harrison Avenue and South Main. Alexis Carpello joins us live from the scene. Alexis, what can you tell us?
Hannah, Illinois State Police as well as Winnebago-Boone County Integrity Task Force are here investigating after a Rockford police officer opens fire, hitting a suspect. Rockford Police Chief Dan O'Shea says it happened around 5:30 this evening when officers reportedly spotted a wanted individual. Officers attempted to stop him near District 1 headquarters, but the suspect fled. Stop 6 were used by police to try to stop the vehicle. The suspect ended up crashing into another car at Harrison and South Main. Police say the man bailed and tried to run away. That's when an officer reportedly opened fire. The individual was taken to a local hospital. He is said to be okay. No one else was hurt.
Based on it being an officer-involved shooting, the suspect is still alive. I'm led to believe it's non-life-threatening injuries at this point that he sustained from the gunfire. One officer was involved in the gunfire incident. Based on the circumstances and the facts of the case, I've requested the Winnebago-Boone County Integrity Task Force be activated.
The intersection of Harrison and South Main Street is closed off as police continue to investigate. Live in Rockford for your home team, I'm Alexis Carpello.
All right, Alexis, thanks. We'll hear back from you later. Earlier this afternoon, local leaders warned gun violence is the other pandemic affecting the Rockford community. Police say they arrested more than 30 people for gun-related crimes over the past 30 days. According to RPD, 124 people have been shot so far this year. Chief Dan O'Shea says those numbers are off the charts compared to years past.
The last 3 years, we've done a pretty good job as a community and as police departments and other law enforcement agencies driving down the violent crime. This year, starting in March, has been very, very trying, and we are 100% going the wrong way. And we really need the community's help to bring an end to it.
There have been 22 murders in Rockford this year amid the increased gun violence. The man accused of burning down an abandoned Rockford church appears in court. 28-year-old Edward Wash pleaded not guilty. He's charged with arson. September 2nd, fire crews were called to the former Metro Christian Center church on Walnut Street. Crews demolished the building the next day. Investigators say Wash is responsible for 2 other fires that same night. No one was hurt. Rock County detectives arrest a man accused of possessing child porn. James Leggett of Evansville, Wisconsin, faces 7 counts of possession of child pornography. Rock County Sheriff's deputies arrested him today after tracking the case for weeks. Leggett is being held at the Rock County Jail until his first court appearance Monday. A weeks-long investigation leads to the arrest of an alleged drug dealer. The Winnebago County Sheriff's Department received complaints about the sale of illegal drugs throughout the county. Yesterday, the department's narcotics unit executed a search warrant at a home on 8th Avenue near Kishwaukee. Investigators say they found cocaine, heroin, 3 guns, and a large amount of cash that belonged to 46-year-old Noel Robles-Tretto. He was arrested. Robles-Tretto faces various drugs and weapons charges. President Trump arrived at Walter Reed Medical Center tonight after testing positive for coronavirus this morning. The White House says he'll spend the next several days there being monitored by medical experts. Lauren Blanchard has the latest on the president's prognosis.
The president's physician says President Trump is fatigued and has a low-grade fever but is in good spirits. But now the president is off the campaign trail just 32 days before November's election.
I want to thank everybody for the tremendous support. I'm going to Walter Reed Hospital. I think I'm doing very well. but we're going to make sure that things work out.
In a video message shared from the White House, President Trump worked to reassure the nation after he and the First Lady tested positive for COVID-19. Then the president departed the White House on board Marine One. The White House says he will spend the next several days working from Walter Reed National Military Medical Center out of an abundance of caution. The president's physician says as a precautionary measure, Mr. Trump has been given a dose of Regeneron, experimental antibody drugs still in clinical trials.
I'm not going to get into the president's symptoms exactly. He's had mild symptoms, but he is hard at work. We're having to slow him down a little bit.
The president's diagnosis comes just 3 days after squaring off on the debate stage against his Democratic rival, Joe Biden. Friday, the former vice president and his wife Jill testing negative for COVID. They returned to the campaign trail saying they are praying for the president's recovery.
This is not a matter of politics. It's a bracing reminder to all of us that we have to take this virus seriously.
That was Lauren Blanchard reporting. The First Lady did not accompany the president to Walter Reed. She'll remain quarantined at the White House. Staffers say she's doing well, although suffering from a mild cough and headache. Winnebago County currently has the highest coronavirus positivity rate in Region 1. Health officials report that figure has reached over 9%. Over 130 new confirmed cases brings the county total to over 6,500. No new deaths have been reported. The county death toll is holding at 156 lives lost since the start of the pandemic. State health officials say more than 72,000 COVID tests were processed in the last 24 hours. Of those, over 2,200 came back positive. That brings the state case total to nearly 300,000 since the start of the pandemic. Health officials say just under 50 residents died from the virus overnight, bringing the state death toll to over 8,700. IDPH says 28 counties are at warning level for coronavirus. They're all on your screen. 4 are in the state line. Those are Winnebago, Boone, DeKalb, and Lee counties. Health officials say counties enter warning level when 2 or more COVID risk metrics are met. That can include more than 50 new cases per 100,000 people and weekly hospital admissions. IDPH says some common factors for an increase in these metrics can be associated with gatherings at college parties and bars. Mitigation measures have prompted a group of state-line restaurant owners to sue the governor and IDPH director Dr. Ngozi Ezike. A copy of the action posted on Facebook states small business owners in DeKalb, Malta, and Sycamore filed the suit. The group alleges that the governor's executive order to shut down indoor dining due to a spike in COVID cases is unconstitutional. The governor has not spoken publicly about the lawsuit. You can read the full document when you find this story on our website, mystateline.com. The Winnebago County State's attorney speaks out after the state announced more coronavirus mitigation measures would take effect tomorrow. Marilyn Height-Ross says she wants to work with business owners so they can continue to bring in revenue. She believes it's best to help owners comply with mitigation measures that do work. That includes wearing masks, social distancing, and putting limits on capacity.
I don't believe that the court should be used as a default mechanism for enforcement. I think if we work together, that we can gain compliance by encouragement and education.
For the new COVID rules to be relaxed, Region 1's positivity rate would have to be less than or equal to 6.5% for 3 straight days. Another driver services facility in Rockford closes after an employee tests positive for coronavirus. It's the location on Baxter Road. The building will be closed until October 13th. Secretary of State's office says the closure is out of an abundance of caution. All employees are being quarantined for 2 weeks. The building is being cleaned according to CDC guidelines. The driver services facilities on East State in Rockford and Main Street in Roscoe are still closed after a worker there became infected. The East State location will reopen Tuesday. The Roscoe location will be open on Wednesday. A public visitation is announced for former Rockford Mayor John McNamara. It'll be Sunday at the Fitzgerald Funeral Home and Crematory on South Mulford from 2 until 6. Due to the pandemic, masks will be required for anyone who chooses to attend. There will also be a limit on how many people will be allowed in at one time. The late Forest City leader died Wednesday. John McNamara was 81.